There's races and there's events, and this is an event.
My name's Kelly Schwartz, and I'm the race director for the Catalina Crossing. Women and co-eds will race over to Avalon, right here from Newport Harbor, and then the next day the men will turn around, as well as the age group co-eds will race back to Newport. And this year we are at about 72 boats, basically about our max capacity right now to take over Avalon.
It's really important to me because it's, well, number one, it's a great event and always has been. And I always think there's races and there's events, and this is an event. You go to an island, everybody's having a good time, people are getting ready over there to come back, the girls are having a great time, they're paddled over, they're having some drinks, they're enjoying each other's company, everybody's in the same spot. So it's a memorable thing, right? And then the men come back, you have a nice little gathering here. And it's also kind of this, where, to me, Unlimited started. Because the first really event to me in the States was Catalina about 10 or 11 years ago. And the limited canoes have started taking off here, and I just watched it grow, and that's where, to me, it started to form to where it got accepted in what we do.
When the women race over, it's 27 miles, depending on your line, of course. And then the men, when they race back, the harbor here adds an extra 3.5 miles, so they're getting about 30.5 miles, and it even makes it so much more awesome that all these visiting teams from Hawaii, Tahiti, Canada, we've had New Zealand and Australia come over. A lot of teams from Pacific Northwest and the East Coast are here, and it's just awesome that it is becoming just this iconic channel crossing here in California.
The canoes need to be out on the start line. The confusion sometimes, or usually, is getting together with your escort boat, getting your stuff on the boat, unfamiliar faces. It takes at least 30 minutes to get out to the harbor entrance. I'm gonna repeat that, it takes at least 30 minutes to get out to the start line. So plan ahead.
Goals for the race are to stay consistent and strong and keep our heads up, don't get bogged down, and stay positive.
To blend as a crew, to be happy together and do the best we can do with what we have and what we've trained for, and just be excited and enjoy it.
The whole town or city of Avalon is just all just instantly paddlers. You look at someone in a window and it's someone you know, but honestly, out of every race, it's just fun.
This is our big channel crossing. This is our big end of the year event. This is the last event we do at the end of the year until we go to Molokai. So for us in California, this is our #1 focus every time we line up in March at our first practice.
Lanakila! at least for our team, the first race of the season. So it really allowed us to kind of work out the kinks and find each other, get the race jitters out. We figured out, what we need to work on going forward. And I think that's always, what you strive for is like, what can you do to be better next time you get in the canoe?
ERC is Elder and Reichenstein Canoes. That's my business partner and myself. We've been building canoes now it's been about 5 years, but we started with the 3-mans, and it's only been about 1 year now that we've been producing our 6-man canoe, the Malama. The idea was to maximize water line. The boat does not have a lot of rocker, so it's very steady on the water. It carries its speed really well. If you can just imagine your standard Southern California afternoon conditions is what we were aiming for.
Paddling with my family. That was probably the best part ever.
My goal was just to paddle really hard and just, show the team that I'm grateful for all the experiences they've given me.
It was the first time I was actually doing water changes in the ocean, so I really like that. The first time I ever got an experience in the ocean.
I really love the ocean, and I just feel like this is the best way to experience this full thing. We saw some pretty cool things out there. We had dolphins jumping in front of us. We saw some sunfish, and they were sticking up their fins. Kind of thought they were sharks at first, and then we looked closer and we were like, oh, those are sunfish.
I think what's special for us is coming to the mainland and being able to compete with women that we don't normally compete with. So that's one cool thing. And another super special thing is the water is super cold and we're not used to that. So
but we love it.
We almost love it too much because we love to ice bath at home. And so when we get in the water, we're like, yes, ice bath! And so but it's pretty unique because we don't get to enjoy and experience that at home in our water.
And we've been paddling with this group of ladies for a long time, so it's kind of nice. This is our Molokai. We're not doing the channel this year, so it's kind of nice to end here at Catalina with this special group of girls. We've been training for a while now, so it's kind of bittersweet for us to just end it like this.
How do you keep the intensity up when you're by yourself?
Johnny yells at us, and our coach Brandy, she yells at us too. A couple people keep us motivated and going, which is nice. Yeah, a steersman might usually have to be the motivator, but I don't have to. It's really nice. I just get to be back there and keep the boat going where it's supposed to. And a lot of the paddlers in there keep the energy up, and they're super, awesome.
Came up to them, they were at least 3 boat lengths ahead of us towards the end of the race. We called the change, coach called the change, we got in the boat, and we passed them full boat length ahead. with like maybe a minute left to the finish. So it was a battle all the way to the end.
The Catalina Crossing is, I think what makes it special is it's, we're part of the biggest canoe race in the States. And, you have some of the top teams in the world coming out. You got Shova coming out, OPT from Tahiti, a lot of crews from Hawaii coming out. And, it's one of the few opportunities on the state side that you have to really put yourself out there and see how you line up against the top guys in the world.
This is one of our favorite races because we get to take our skills and our hard work out of Hawaii and put it to the test against the best in the world here in Catalina.
A lot of 9-man races. There's so many races for irons and 9-man that maybe not everyone's showing up with their full crews. This is the one race where everybody shows up full bore and you really get to see how you stack up against everybody's top guys.
Our crew's goal is just to go fast, try and hurt some feelings, be somewhere we don't belong. Yeah, we're gonna try our best, but yeah, just have fun and still love each other by the end of it.
They say don't try anything new on race day. I'm always the guy that's, hey, what you eating, bro? Like some of that. Yeah.
What's for breakfast?
Yeah, breakfast of champions.
What is that, oatmeal?
Two parfait.
We got this great opportunity in the last couple of years, and especially this year, where some of the best teams in the world have been coming out to race us in our home waters. We ended up in the first pack, which is wonderful. We got spat out of the first pack and ended up 7th, but for 2 hours, for the first time in my career, I can say I was in that pack with a local team from California. Everybody on our team, born and bred, raised in Lanakila, paddled for Lanakila their whole lives. And being in that spot at about an hour and a half, 2 hours, to be able to be with those guys was just something super, super special that I've been working for 20 years.
The high level of competition that's here at this race, aside from being, out of the islands racing, just having a whole bunch of Asian influence here, Lanakila, Dana Point, just a higher level of competition up here. It's pretty exciting to see.
Today it's neat coming together with guys I've never raced with before. 5 out of the other 8 guys I've never raced with before in my life. But that happens a lot, honestly, and it's great. We learn and meet new guys.
There's always unexpected things that happen in the race. Our escort broke down right off the start, so we of word about it right when we were supposed to do our first change. So we didn't know what the timing was going to be on that, so we had a good start. We were kind of in the front pack and we just settled in. We're like, all right, we might have to iron it for who knows how long. And then, everything worked out. We had, our escorts crew was able to locate someone else that never escorted and jumped in and coached him, and he did a great job.
We were looking at today, and
to say the least, it was warm. So when we got out there, we had a little cool breeze and some bump filled in. I think everyone's spirits kind of lifted. You got some smiles out of the guys. And when you're going neck and neck with the top teams in Hawaii and Tahiti out there, it really opens up the field and gets you an idea of what the top level actually looks like. So just throughout the entire race, to see how they operate, when you see their changes, how they operate and get in and push for the next bump, was really just a blessing from a learning experience. But then to be there racing couldn't ask for more.
Excited to cross the channel first and then to share the race with my team and with my friend and all the crew. They compete, try to get the top 5, or if you can go on to the podium, let's do it.
So from about the middle of the channel on, all the Tahitian teams made a big push and we tried to go with them. We had some conditions that normally we don't have in Catalina. We got a nice little push right to left over the shoulder bump and we were able to surf a little bit. But we struggled when that wave first hit. We were in a rhythm and then we had to adjust to the waves, and it took us about a piece and a half, change and a half to kind of dial it in. So we fell out of the group. We were in that first pack, everybody was making their moves, we were trying to go with them. It's what happens on race day, sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. The surf was good, there was a little tide pushing into our face, which normally will slow you down, but in this case, because we were so dialed in, it actually stacked the wave. And we were able to drop in on a few and get a couple like full breath, relax, ride the wave, surf. And then we hit the harbor and it was hot, flat, and everything we've been training for, and we were all bummed.
We've been putting in a lot of miles. Our crew's been grinding, and it's always fun the last one of the season to see how much it pays off and show how much we can stack up against some of these non-Southern California teams. I know we got some dogs in our crew, and I think a lot of people hopefully get to see that today.
What's your secret sauce for the last stretch of the race when it gets hard?
No, it's the Nutella. It's the Nutella, yeah. It big sleep well. That's it.
my secret sauce at the end of the race is just hope. You know, I've got some bowls in my boat, and you don't want to be the one guy that, you know, goes down. So
5-hour energy and a half a Coca-Cola, baby.
A song that all of us, we all connect on, we all love, and it all gets us hyped. That would be Thundershock by AC/DC. That's always been the finishing song, so it's kind of just tuned into your brain that when you hear that, this is a final push, this is for your boys, and gets us to the finish.
While I'm gone, remember my best. Remember me for what I tried. Think of what kept me alive. While I'm gone, I'll think of you all. You're my hopes, my dreams, my all. While I'm gone, I'll miss you all. You kept me working and never let me fall. I'm there when you need me. Whenever at all, just keep me in your thoughts and give me your all.